Greetings and salutations. I am your Game Master 16-bit Scotty, and welcome to Dice Dorks and Danger, where we dorks love to play with some dice and then sometimes, just sometimes, get into some danger. Tonight I have the cast and crew that will be playing their characters to help me bring this small, large galaxy thing to life. The Dice Dorks. All right, so let's go ahead and start with Chrono. Introduce yourself and your character, if you'd be so kind.
Hello, I'm Chrono, and I am the captain of the DP-28. I will be playing Richard, and we will see just how sideways things go.
I don't think they're going to go as sideways as you guys are thinking. All right, so Dead Man Bones. What about you? Introduce yourself and your character.
Dead Man Bones. I'm playing Zobrus, a very what would you say? She's slightly disturbed at the scary person she just ran from, basically.
Metagaming MFer? I was kidding. The
Oh.
no, yeah,
Temperamental.
that's right. Slightly shooken up. I could see that. I could totally see that.
Yeah. Well, either way, here's hoping we have some fun.
Oh, I foresee fun on the horizon. Now, how much fun? I don't know. Alrighty then. So Gillis would go over to you, who is muted.
You're muted, my friend.
I know I'm muted. I'm doing this for fun. I'm fully aware I'm muted. I'm doing this because I want to. Because I've made this a part now. I am Gellius, and I am playing Crom. And it's not often you see a Wookiee scared of someone.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. This is very true. So, aside from being scared of someone, what else is Crom kind of thinking?
Thinking I want to get as far away from this man as I can.
Well, he's on the moon base. You're on the starship, so I think mission
we can make
achieve.
that happen.
Achievement get.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. So, Arena Flare, are you able to do your character intro or not?
He is not quite down here yet.
Oh, she unmuted. I gotta get my tea.
Do we have a Kanza?
I don't hear a Kanza. Okay.
No.
Oh. Right now we don't. So, whoa, wait, well.
Okay, how about now?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Can now. So introduce yourself and your character if you'd be so kind.
So if I don't get an echo. Yes, I'm Arena Flare. I will be playing Kanzo, who has no idea why there is a scared Wookiee.
I can totally see that. So, Adamox, being played by Ginger Ninja. I screwed up the person who was. Adamox, Ginger Ninja, you with the face.
I am Ginger. I will be playing Adamox this evening, the mercenary who likes to stabby stab.
And can only do it about 50% of the time.
Really more of a 25% if we're being honest.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're being generous.
I am being generous.
Benevolent DM.
I'm the benevolent
Even
GM. Yeah, come on
25
now.
is-
Alrighty then.
Benevolent.
The little ones. All right. So, if you guys want to catch up on the recap, we do have Dice Dorks VODs up on the YouTube that have started from the beginning and have kept all the way up. And you can still catch last week's. It should still be up on the Twitch. But the minor, quick recap is the Dice Dorks had taken a job from Mojo the Hutt to get information from an Imperial base on the nearby moon. And the entire time, the Dice Dorks were very wound tight. But they eventually got what they needed and started getting off base, but not without complications and some things that made the hair on the back of their neck stand up. So,
I love how you put that. That was a bit of. I'd say it was worse.
that's all for interpretation. I
He's putting
honestly
it
think
delicately,
compared to the Vanguard incident, I think you guys got out of this
Everything's
way
better than
better.
the Vanguard incident. We don't talk about it.
Look, look,
We talk about the Vanguard incident every time I get a chance to. Vanguard,
There is
Vanguard,
no warm
Vanguard.
bossing say.
That's right.
what war?
It's gonna be one of the nights. All right. So, the Dice Dorks.
What boxing say?
You guys, we will start out with you. As Richard has gotten to the cockpit, you've taken off. Jada has gone back to the engine room, making sure that everything's right, that Kit pretty much got everything online. I will actually bring up the map. Let's see here. But first, let's let the players see it. Boop. And then we'll switch
I
over
am the
to
map.
map shot. Yep. Why for you no map shot? I think I know why. Give me a second. Boop. There we go. That should be on there. A little bit better. All right. So if you guys want, go ahead and place your tokens where you think your people should be.
Give me just a moment.
Absolutely.
I mean, I basically moved mine over like 2 squares. I'm just.
It is what it is, man.
I need my
see.
tea.
I
just
think
moved for
Zoe would be on
symbolization of which one of
starboard
those two I'm
gun.
at.
Starboard is left, yes.
Considering the fact that you have dorsal and belly, I mean, that's impressive.
Right? I have a feeling.
Zoe is
that,
currently leaning out the window with their blaster ready.
I'll get you.
I was gonna say I have a feeling that Wookiee may take issue with you grabbing a gun, considering he usually gets guns.
Possibly. Let's see. We're gonna put Zagar and Yumi.
If you want to take the gun, I don't care. Go for it. You usually don't you ever use the gun, so
I don't actually have any other skills that could possibly help in the situation.
then take a gun.
I mean, it could be argued that you could help with something or other computer-wise up by Captain over there.
I'm better at taking care of flying, and I'm taking care of taking care of shields. Those are my two main where I'm best at.
Okay. Zoe's on a gun.
Move your token accordingly.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess I'll go wherever where would it be?
For
In the
reference,
middle.
I'm in the
Right
bottom
here. Have
gun.
you never seen a
could put
Star
Top
Wars
Gun
movie in
right
your
here,
life?
I don't know.
Good point.
Yeah. So
Even
Zoe's
though
in
it's a
Top
white,
Gun, I'm in
right,
Top Gun.
white T. What is this model? 1210. It still has the same basic shape as like the 13, 14, 24s and everything else.
Shape-wise,
got-
it's basically Han Solo,
got a
just
point.
smaller.
Yeah. Now they can have other type of weapons and all that other kind of fun stuff, but in this instance, no. You've got belly and dorsal. Okay. Fantastic. All right. So everybody have their tokens where they believe they want them to be. We're good.
We'll put the affirmative in my case, at least.
Okay. Now nobody get excited. I'm gonna slap up the turn order. And that's just so that way it would
Excitement
kind of help.
intensifying.
Excitement. What's that?
Hanzo's hiding in the vents.
Yeah.
She's a vent rat.
I don't know. That seems pretty suspicious to me.
No, it's literally
Well,
just to
it's
kind of make sure
Terminators.
that you guys can what in the absolute what.
It's like shooting a womp rat from
I more so meant the fact that she was hiding in the vents.
Oh. I don't think she'd fit in the fence. A little too big.
I'm just saying what she said.
Alrighty then. So,
Let's
but
try.
everybody is content with their positionings, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to say Crom.
Mm-hmm.
You see some beeping and blaring going on what looks like the sensors panel.
Alright, I'm gonna flip it up and see what's going on.
Alrighty then. So you are going to be noticing that there are two bogies on your 6 fast approaching. and you guys are barely broken out of Atmo yet.
Oh, good.
Oh, Richard, we have company behind us.
Can you tell who?
Two boat. I can't tell who they are, but they're not friendly.
If you give me a
They have
sensors
shot.
check, you can figure that out.
All right. Sensors check. Remind me what that is, please.
Should be mechanical.
Mechanical.
Should be.
You know what also help if I had my dice?
It would help.
I hear it does.
It does really help.
Friends watching, please note that if you play any type of tabletop game, remember your dice, a character sheet, a pencil, and some paper are always wonderful to have handy as well.
I kind of got distracted with a cup of tea, so
You're fine. I'm just giving you crap.
Nice. Be they virtual or physical.
I prefer physical.
The physical dice
'cause
are
they
so
don't
much
cheat
better.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my opinion, virtual I understand, but man, there's it's just something special about rolling that dice in your hands. You
Yeah.
okay?
I was pulling my sheet off and slammed my hand on my desk.
And I
On the
shouldn't
other
have
side.
immediately laughed, but the look on your face and the sound, like everything just bow. And I think you scared Arena there.
I love how I just had it like in the top right corner because I was checking the chat to see why it was lit up, and it just immediately swapped to Zoe so that I could watch it.
That's even better.
Love you too, Tim.
It's a 9, by the way.
A 9. Okay. That is good enough to notice that it is 2 Imperial TIE fighters.
Oh, goody. Looks like they sent us a little escort. 2 TIE fighters.
Can we contact them or the base?
Yeah, you can make an attempt to contact them or the base. Which do you want to contact?
I would like to contact them.
Them?
Them.
Okay. So, mechanical communications.
Realistically, I'm surprised they haven't tried to hail us yet. Protocol.
To be
Is
fair,
it
you
them?
and
We
I
don't
are
know.
in the gunner seats, so we don't necessarily know what's going on in the cockpit.
That was the player, not the character.
Well, even then, is it actually protocol to hail first? Or is it to follow orders and he said to follow?
Good point.
Well,
12. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you pop in a communication, general broadband kind of thing, send it back towards them. What are you going to do? What are you going to say?
I'm going to essentially ask, so are we being asked to return? We got permission to leave. Basically, making sure we're on the up and up.
Right. There'll be a little bit of a moment's pause as I kind of see it going from you talking into one of the cockpits of the TIE fighters, and he more or less puts you on like mute, and he sends a communication over to the other wing and basically says, what do we tell him? And he says, well, just tell him where to escort him out, that there's been some trouble and command wanted to make sure that they got out. I don't know. So the guy basically unmutes his partner, or mutes his partner, unmutes you, and relays that. And he says that there's something that's gone down at the base. He says, we've been instructed to follow you out. We're just following orders.
We appreciate it. We were having engine trouble before we took off.
That might be why they wanted to for us to follow you, make sure you didn't fall out of Atmo. But yeah, no, we're just following orders, man.
All right. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Just wanted to make sure we were still in the clear. Got permission and everything.
As far as I know, yeah, we ain't shooting you down yet.
All right. Thank you. And I will close communications.
Okay, so you close communications, and the pilots are just kind of flying around and things and he's like, oh man, he's like, I figured we'd see a little bit more action. Actually, a little sad we didn't get to go chase down that Lambda class. Hey man, these things don't have shields. They suck. No, they suck, but they're fast, man. And you can outrun blaster shots like nobody's business. You're just a bad pilot. Shut up. Okay. So,
I know you couldn't tell 'cause
you guys are going to be
I was
getting
laughing.
out. You break Atmo. You're going to see the Star Destroyer. And it seems like it's kind of moved positioning some. And it's kind of going... It's actually moving. Before, it was just in a stationary position when you guys had first arrived so many hours ago or hour ago or whenever it was. But now it actually looks like it's kind of did a turnabout, and it's actually very slowly migrating away. There will be off in the distance that you can even see with your naked eyes. Those of you looking out the viewports are going to be seeing blaster fire and explosions and things that off in the distance.
I will look at Crom and go, glad we're not those guys.
Yeah, so am I.
Cutting to those guys, you see Dash without his helmet on, just kind of laying down, flying, boom, boom. And then you see Duke kind of, whoa, boom, stumbling, hitting the wall. Could you keep this thing steady? Nope. Boom, boom. We got to get out of here. And these ships suck. It's not my Sun Crusher. Yeah, it's not Sun Crusher, but keep us alive. And then it'll cut back to you guys. So, how you guys wanting to play this? What are you wanting to do? What's the grand scheme of everything?
Game Master.
Yes.
We've probably done this. We've already confirmed this before. Our comms are closed, yes?
Generally, yeah. It's kind of almost like your Discord, but also like things like Discord on your phones. You don't never know if Big Brother's listening in. Screw you,
Big
Big Brother.
Brother's always listening.
Okay,
in.
private channel to Richard. We're going back to Homestar, yeah?
Planning on it.
Okay, good.
So,
I
as
imagine
Richard,
that the guns are close enough that Zoe and I can speak directly without need for a comm?
Yeah, it'd be a shout. But yeah.
Okay. Then I'd probably just shout up to Zoe. Get Nancy?
More like being prepared.
Yeah,
Never
well, so
know.
long as we keep things on the down low, don't do anything too aggressive looking, we should be fine.
Okay. So everybody, give me an opportunity to. Well, let's phrase it this way. Everybody present, if you would like the opportunity to, you can roll a perception search.
Okay.
Because it's going to be a little bit of time as your Richards guys still kind of go through the calculations and do what
Hit
needs
it,
to be done.
girl. 18.
Okay.
Let's see here. You said search?
Search. Yep.
That's a 9.
Fantastic.
Okay, math. 13 with a 1 on the wild die.
Nice. Okay.
11 with the same on the wild die.
Nice.
I'm going to pass this time and let them go.
Okay. That's fine. So, Crom, you are kind of keeping an eye out for what's going on outside your viewport. Keeping an eye on the Star Destroyer. You're kind of keeping an eye on the fight. You're just looking at the sensors, seeing the TIE fighters have not really gotten any closer or further back. They're just kind of escorting and following you. Maybe now that they're out of space, they've maybe kind of flanked a little bit more. But it doesn't look like there's anything aggressive going on. So you are focusing on these things.
Mm-hmm.
Richard, I foresee that you are a little antsy, kind of worried that things might still go south. So you're not 100% paying attention other than what's outside the view part, your controls, and all of the kind of fun stuff. Adamox, same thing. You're kind of on the guns and all that stuff, waiting to hear the command that you're going to need to fire, looking around, doing all that kind of fun stuff. Everyone else, with the exception of Kanza. So that would end up being just Zoe then, right?
Yeah.
So it's just Zoe. Zoe, you in your turret are going to be hearing some rustling sounds, like coming from somewhere inside the ship.
Guys, something's in the ship.
What do you mean in the ship?
What do you mean something?
I'm hearing rustling coming from somewhere inside the ship.
Hearing that, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna say over the. I'm just gonna say over the cops. Kanza, you wanna help me find this thing?
Sure. Down for figuring out what this is.
Absolutely.
Jada,
Over the comms. Sorry.
how are things looking in the engine?
She will get on the comm and she'll say engines are running fine. Kit did a good job with repairing the minor disruption, and then she will say, this one believes that they will hold out for a hyperspace jump. Why?
I'll,
You still have that? Does Jada have any blasters on her at all?
You
A
don't know.
defensive weapon?
You do not know.
'Cause
You've
I
seen
think
her.
Zoe would have given her one,
No,
whether she kept it or not.
no, because she's been very towards a lot of stuff.
Tourism.
She fixes them. She's done commission work essentially to repair and do what it needs to do and all that kind of fun stuff.
Jada,
But she doesn't wear anything that you see.
make sure you have your heaviest wrench ready to go. Something might be on the ship.
I'm just.
Shit. Hold on.
Sorry.
I got it. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. I got a Jada roll.
I mean, Zoe's paranoid enough that she would think either something's wrong with the ship or something's on the ship.
You can hear distress in her voice, but she's not lost it like she did when she saw Jarek on on your guys' ship, and she says, "What does Zoe mean? Something is on the ship. What is on the
Okay,
DB-28?"
I don't know. I heard rumblings that did not sound like that. It did not sound like usual ship stuff, right?
No, it did not.
It sounded very out of place.
This one will keep an eye open.
All right, just be safe.
She'll nod her head, even though you can't see it. All right, so Kanza and Crom, where do you guys want to search?
I'd like to jump on comms real quick and get a hold of Wookie before that, if that's all right. If I can.
You want to assist Wookie?
Well, I was gonna say more so like hey Wookie, you're up in the cockpit with the scanners, aren't you? Couldn't you just do a self scan of the ship, see if you can pick up a life form that's not supposed to be here or something?
Yeah, I just thought about this.
Very well
Wouldn't
done.
Like above game.
Wouldn't they be able to pick
No,
up that we
that is
just internally?
very, very well done, Animox. That was fabulous. Yes, if you so chose to, you can scan the ship your own stuff for life forms and things of that.
Yeah,
Very
so
well
I'll
done.
just say that over the comms to the Wookiee, since I know that I would be useless about doing it.
What would I need to roll for that?
That one should be sensors, so mechanical sensors, if not mistaken.
Alright. Oh.
Very well done. I'm very impressed. I'm very happy. Thank you, Ginger.
Depending upon the roll, I would like to hop on the comms.
Sure.
Because now I think about it, if they're watching us, wouldn't they be able to tell why did they just run scanners?
Well, I got a 6 and a wild die and a 17 total.
Fantastic. So,
nice.
as you're scanning, you're going to notice that there is let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 life forms and a kind of a weird life form. So nine signatures, but one that looks a little odd, kind of robotic, which you are assuming is Yumi.
Is Yumi?
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of them would be Zagar.
Mm-hmm.
One of them would be Yumi.
Mm-hmm.
That would be
Counting
Richard?
off There's
Mm-hmm.
a total of 9 of us, if you
So,
include Yumi, I believe.
Adamox.
Mm-hmm.
Send character.
Jada.
Shh. I'm legitimately trying to see myself,
Mm-hmm.
Richard, Zoe, Adamox.
So to put it to help ease the brain powers and things, that there's essentially a total of 9 signatures that you have seen. Okay, one looks funny, but you can only assume that's Yumi because it kind of reads something like a droid, but it doesn't at the same time. It's really weird and finicky, but you can only assume that. Okay. Now
Mhm.
that leaves 8 life forms. Okay, and we know that you have how many
We have
players here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
5,
plus
yeah.
Jada. Yeah,
Plus Jada
right.
and
And then
Tagar.
yep. So there's a life form on here that is not part of the crew.
Where is it in terms of the ship?
It seems like it's moving around in the air ducts.
Jada, can you seal off the air ducts?
At this point, do me a favor, everyone. Give me. It went well last time, I think. Everybody roll me a d6. Just a single
singular
d6.
D6.
Yep, a single d6.
Alright, are we treating this as a wild die?
Nope, just a single d6.
It's a 2.
I
5.
rolled a 1.
One.
I rolled a 6, but
right.
may I ask the Wookiee a question?
Yes, you
What?
may.
Did anybody keep an eye on that Imperial soldier?
I was I hoped she'd stay in the room. You know what? It could be very much be her in our vents.
I rolled a 6, by the way.
Yeah, no, I got you. Okay.
Oh my god.
So you reach out to Jada, and you hear nothing.
Of course we don't.
She don't.
Okay, so is that everyone or just Richard?
Far as I know, the only ones that are knowing about the reaching out to Jada thing is Crom and Richard.
Okay.
This isn't good. Please go check it out.
Yep. Kanza, can you help? Can you go down? I'm gonna meet you down in the engine room. I think our guest is awake.
Sit rep. What's going on?
Will do.
Later.
All right. So,
Just calls
Um,
up to Zoe. Shut down.
since I've given you guys a little bit of time to kind of, like crap, essentially what happens if this was a TV show, there'll be a moment of silence. You guys kind of have this conversation, but as you guys are having this conversation over the comms and things of that, there'll actually be the Imperial that has Jada by the neck, and she actually has a little small Derringer-looking pistol right to her head, and she says, "Just stay quiet." She's like, "Do not want to hurt you." What happened? Okay. And then it'll go back to Kanza and Crom heading to the engine room. You will both, when you move your tokens.
I have no access to move my token.
What? Ugh, hold on.
But either way, since I have no idea what could be going on, I would try to be sneaky, getting in there.
Sneaky sneak.
Sneaky sneak.
Oh,
I'm
the
surprised
sneaky
Jimmy didn't strip search her.
Oh, it has a name on it now.
Oh, there
Yes.
we go. Okay.
She would have no reason to strip search.
So if memory serves, her uniform was gone
Yeah.
because Yumi was wearing
Good
it.
point. Good point. Yumi took the uniform. Where in the? We'll find out.
Prison pocket.
Uh, I'm not. I'm not gonna say what I'm thinking.
All right. Alrighty then. So Kanza, do the sneaky sneak. Perception sneak.
Sneaky sneak.
Sneaky sneak.
Total of 10.
Total of 10. Okay. Kron, what are you doing, bud?
Being not so sneaky, I'm going to try and be as quiet as a Wookiee can be.
You mean back at the pirate base of Vanguard? I'm just kidding. Okay, go ahead and give me sneaky
You
sneak.
didn't even try there.
He tried.
I did try. Thank
Yes.
you very much.
He did try. It's dice were not with
It
him
was
that
a
day.
joke about how horribly he failed.
Yes.
It is dexterity, yes?
Perception.
No.
Perception.
Should be
Sneak is perception. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's perception.
I've got about 4 dice in it.
It doesn't matter either way. It's still a 2. And it's a 4.
Okay.
Oh, wait. It's actually a 5, because I actually do have sneak at a +1.
Fabulous.
Add a boy for
Hey,
the
you
pip.
got a pip.
Yep. All right. So, go ahead and move your tokens. You guys are going to be hearing light conversation. What sounds like it's coming back from Jada's room.
I'm just trying to be quiet about it.
So, yeah, you're at the door. So, you're just gonna sit and listen. Or you're gonna pop it open.
Do you want to, I'm just gonna point to an ear and kind of and point at the door.
Okay. So you're just gonna listen in.
Yeah, I'm just gonna listen in.
Okay. Kanza.
Seeing as the door is closed,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look around it to see if there's like something I can crawl into to get in there
On that note,
without opening the door.
Sure. I'll allow that. I kind of see that maybe there's some kind of a exhaust grate or something like that. Something that's maybe left over from the old design that they've not fixed. Sure.
Crumb, if you're willing to hear it, and Game Master, this is basically our house. So, do we know of any paths around? That anything Crom wouldn't be telling Kanza at all?
Yeah.
Take that as a no.
DM flat out just went intriguing. I'll allow it.
All right. So you're going to get on the other side. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to require 2 rolls from Kanza. Okay.
Okay.
First is going to be a stealth to be quiet about removing basically like the little grating thing that you can squeeze into. And the second one is going to be strength to see if you can actually rip the thing off.
Stealth be under perception?
Yep.
Yeah, it's Snake.
I just didn't know if there was one specifically for stealth so I can
Nope.
add it to it.
It's sneak. I just said stealth.
Oh.
Because
That 5
many,
that 5
many,
got
many,
you.
yeah,
Okay.
many other games have stealth, including I think D20 Star Wars. So
Okay, so gonna do the sneak first.
yes, sneaky.
I like the sneaky sneak.
You like those sneaky. You like those sneaky.
Ooh.
Sneaky.
Was it
So
pure
that's
strength? Or
6 on the wild die, so let's do that. Okay.
Okay.
It's 19.
Okay.
solid number?
All right. And then your strength.
I like that sound.
13.
13. Okay. Yeah, you are going to pop the grate off very quietly. You'll set it down, and then you will squeeze in through, and then get to the other side, and then you'll basically be able to kind of, the door is, she's got another one of those blast doors, and it's a wider one. You can leave your token there, but for description purposes, I'm going to say that you basically have been able to get through, squeak, and then kind of lean in on one of the walls and just kind of be able to look, as you're going to see the half-naked Imperial lady holding Jada, and she's going to move her basically over to the control panel here. And she's got an arm around her, and she's got the little derringer up to her head, and she will say, I need you to send communications to these, I think they still refer to them as coordinates. It might just be comm channel, so you need to send a communication to this comm channel. And Jada's like, okay. And then she kind of puts a hand down and basically kind of hits comm stuff as the lady's looking over it. And then she would proceed to give her numbers. What would Kanza like to do? And Richard is on edge.
Oh god.
So am I like above them or just inside the wall?
No, you basically kind of think of it like you went through the wall where there's this little bit of grating. You're able to get to the other side, so you were actually on the engine room area, and you might be able to. Hold on here. You're basically next to the wall, kind of like right here, if that makes any sense. Whoop. You're basically splinter celled, pressed up against it, looking over. God, I said splinter cell. I haven't played that game in forever.
I don't think Wiki's gonna.
Tom Clancy.
Yep. So, does this make sense?
I've never played Splinter Cell, but I think I get it.
Your back pressed
You
against
basically
the
opened up a hole in
wall
the wall.
of one side of the doorway, and you're
Yeah.
taking your head and then leaning in to look.
Oh,
So
think
how about Metal
think
Gear Solid?
Assassin's Creed when you sneak alongside
Assassin's
the wall.
Creed, Metal Gear Solid, Gears of War, many
Kind of
games
that
have that mechanic.
standing sneak along the wall.
Yes.
Position.
So, and you're seeing all this go down. What does Kanza want to do?
So you can see Kanza backing up a little bit to
5,
poke her head out at Crom
3,
and just say she's in trouble.
1, 2.
Rom, what do you do?
The
Oh,
next
where?
digit she tells Jay to put in is 3. 3.
Get in there and get her and grab her if you can, quickly.
And a nod. Is
3.
there a way for me to get in there?
And so I'm gonna kind of tap on the door, pretending like I don't know they're in there. Jada,
5.
you have a minute.
May I
That
ask a question?
sure.
Do I notice anything with the instrument panel?
Huh.
Like
No,
anything
because
coming or going?
not yet, because she's not sent out the communication. Right now, they're just
Alright.
punching everything in. So, Crom, you basically pound on the door. Boom, boom, boom. Is everything okay? To which,
No, I'm not even asking if
Oh.
everything's okay. I'm legitimately acting like I don't know there's anything going on.
Oh, okay.
It's like, Jada, do you have a minute?
Oh, okay. Boom, boom, boom. Jada, do you have a minute? To which, Kanza, you're going to notice that the Imperial kind of tightens the grip a little bit, presses more into the head, and she goes, "Who is that? That's the Wookiee, isn't it?" And she goes, "Yes, that one is Crom. Yes." And she's just goes, "Ugh." And then she will say, "Tell him everything's fine," as calmly as you can. "I don't want to shoot you with your own blaster." Everything is fine. Not everything is fine. Good God. Perhaps in a while, Crom, I'm in the middle of something.
Mm. Oh, well, alright. I just wanted to tell you I've made progress on that project.
This one is very happy for you. What kind of progress have you made? And then at this point, Erica Myers is going to be like, what the hell is going on? But she's keeping her mouth shut right now because stall tactics. So, Kanza,
Well,
what would you like to do?
Hansa's gonna try to quietly get into the room and see if she can knock the blaster hand away from Jada.
Sure. All right. Y'all, if Jada dies, there's going to be a single tear. I'm just saying, I like Jada.
Jada's
You
cool.
think
I'm
you're
gonna
gonna be sad? I'm gonna be sad.
I think we're all
Okay.
going to.
Alrighty then. So, you go ahead and give me a sneak roll, Kanza.
Heart of the dice.
That's right. And remember, before you
Great
tell me your
orange,
numbers,
Jesus.
okay, you have the option to spend 2 character points to add. Let's put it this way. You can spend a character point to add an additional die to your roll. You can spend up to 2 for this one roll. And those dice essentially will explode if they reach 6, as a reminder.
Yeah, it's important enough. I'll add one.
Okay.
Echo boom.
Go boom. I like it.
That one did not go boom.
Oh.
Okay.
Kablooey.
So are you sure about your number?
I feel pretty good about this number.
Okay. What is it?
23.
23. Okay.
It's a good number.
That is a very good number. All right.
Very nice.
So I will say, I will move your token for you. I will say that you're going to get right about here. All right. You've basically kind of went around. She's got the table that's right here. You're able to go the long way around the table. And then she's got like a weapons cache kind of thing with a bunch of broken blaster weapons and stuff like that. A bunch of parts and everything else just kind of there. And you're able to kind of sneak in between the two of them. And it looks like you've got about, cannot recall the distance for this particular. So you got about 2 meters between you and Girly Girl. So if you would like to act out, now would be the time. Because she is not aware of your presence, which means I will allow you to do a move and grapple to take the blaster weapon from her hand.
Alternatively,
That
if
is
you
what
have
I
your
will do.
blaster-
Okay.
You could. Well, yeah.
Of course,
Yes,
Zoe's
sir,
going to
yes,
say
sir.
you could shoot her.
Either I didn't say that.
No, you
You
get
were
ready
about
to.
to.
You
No,
were
I was
getting
going to
ready
say that.
I
I
was
was
the one
going to
who
say
was
that
saying,
could go so
alternatively, if
wrong.
you have your blaster, you could just shoot
Either
them.
either suggestion is still possibility for very bad things happening.
Yep.
Again, it's in my shtick. Take jobs. Step 2 is shoot Shab. Sorry,
Slice
continue.
the throat or grab the gun. Either way, whatever she's doing, she's doing.
So what would it be to try to grapple?
That would be a brawling check, which you should be good at.
I should be very good at that. How many die do I need? That. 1,
A
Quite a bit.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay.
9 dice.
Oh, what?
Good lord.
Okay.
Let me move these out of the way.
Now you're going to know what it's like to actually roll big numbers. And feel
Don't say that.
really good about
These
it.
are. Oh yeah, that's. That's jinxing. Those are big numbers of dice. Let's
I'm
put it
having
that
a
way.
West moment. I have a very good feeling about this.
Keep it, hold it. Heart of the
You
dice.
hold that feeling.
That's right. Don't believe
Heart
anything
of
else.
the dice. It's like Heart of the
Yes.
Cards, but hopefully more
But more
benevolent.
square.
The
I was thinking more
maracas
3D.
have been rolled. Force
Oh
be with you.
boy.
Is that a good old
30.
boy? 30? That is a good old boy. Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, you're basically going to lunge out, and Erica is going to kind of look at you surprised, and she's going to notice that you're going to try to grapple her, so she's going to attempt as a reaction to well,
Pull the
let me say
trigger.
this loosely, reaction, because you had her surprised. You're going to basically kind of see her go to get out of the way, but you're just going to basically grab her wrist and
Emphasis
tighten a
on the
grip
word
on it,
attempt.
and the blaster is going to fall and hit the ground and kind of do like a little spinning thing. So
Can I kick it away?
I will allow you to kick it away. But
Thank
now,
God it didn't go off.
no. Now, between Kanza and Erica Myers, I need initiative. So roll me your perception, just the perception. Ones are not important. I will, and if you get 6 on it, they will explode.
So just overall asking here, with this whole thing going on, would Wookiee have eventually walked over to the guns to grab me and or Zoe's attention? Just curiosity.
Did Crom say as much?
He did not, but I didn't know if it was like due to a lack of interest, desire, or opportunity.
No.
Okay.
I was
I
just
mean,
asking.
I did ask for a sit rep, but he said later.
Yep. Alrighty
Alright,
then.
then
So
I just
Kanza
wanted to
has
double check on all
11.
that, sorry.
Yep. Kanza has 11. Would you like to go first, or would you like to defer to the Imperial?
I would defer.
So you're giving her first?
Yep.
Okay. So, let me see here. Oh, that's wrong. Let's see. Cons. All right, so how many actions would Kanza like to take?
2.
All right. So remember, all your dice are penalized by 1d6 for everything you do. Let's see. Do that. All right.
Why in the world would anyone take 15 actions?
If you've got the dice, you can do it.
If you have the dice.
Yep. Alrighty then. She is going to attempt to clobber you. So would you like to stay as is to see if she beats the base number? Would you like to roll a brawling parry by either a reaction, burning up one of your actions, or take the additional action for an additional penalty?
I will keep it as is.
Alrighty then. And she is going to clock the crap out of you. Let's see here. So now she gets to roll strength, which is not very much. So go ahead and roll me your base strength. She's clocking you over the face, and you don't have any kind of armament on your face. So just base strength, please. Cool.
Would I be able to add the scaled body to it?
Ah, yes. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, scale body is.
And then is this roll penalized as well?
No, this is to absorb
Okay.
damage.
Just wanted to make sure.
No, yep. Valid questions.
Make sure I have the right amount of dice. Okay. I also forgot to add it. It was a total of 31 for that, but it didn't really make much of a
No,
difference
not
with
really.
this one.
Nope.
$25.
25. Oh,
I'm sorry,
yeah.
26.
She is going to punch you, wham, right in the jaw, and it's one of those things where like it connects, and like in the animes where you see like that little bit of flesh build up, and your head kind of tilts to the side, and you just kind of look at her like, really? So it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I'll punch her back.
Okay. Strength brawling then. And you are minus 1d6 for this. Remember.
Yep.
Okay.
For some reason, I like to envision an accidental misjudge of own strength, and so accidentally punches a head clean off.
We will see.
I do not want
what
to
happens.
imagine that.
I'm just saying I think it'd be amusing. I'm not hoping it would happen.
27.
I mean, at best,
I'm sorry,
it's
28.
it's a fist at best, wounded twice.
We don't know.
We're not the DM. we
That's a
decide.
hit. So go ahead and roll your damage.
We don't. I'm just speculating.
Speculation's
How'd I
another
roll
way of
damage?
assuming. You know what happens when you assume, right? Yeah, so that is your strength is just straight strength of your dice code. You don't add your scaled body into that one. So I think you're what, 5d6 for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 5d6.
Even with her bonus thing?
That's just defense.
Yeah, that's for defense. It's not for attack. To absorb damage, not to inflict.
That is a 6 on the wild die.
And then you roll it.
Another 6 on the wild die.
And then you roll it.
Okay.
Make a Shebs out of you and me. I had to find the Star Wars curse equivalent.
If I can count. 12, 18, 29.
So I have to ask.
I'm sorry, 30. I forgot to add the +1.
You're fine. I have to ask, are you intending to knock her out, or are you intending to knock her head off?
Oh.
Intention is to knock her out.
You punch her, and you're going to hear kind of a funny pop, and she's going to drop like a sack of potatoes.
She's just gonna look. She's just gonna look at Jada. Are you okay?
Jada is kind of shaking at this point, and she's crouched down, like hunkered underneath of her main computer, and she's not like looking at you. She's got like that 1,000-yard stare, and she's just shaking.
As
She's
someone
gonna
that's been
yell
held
out,
at gunpoint,
Well, that
it's not
seems like a
fun.
definitive answer.
She's gonna
It's
yell
not
out
fun.
to Crom, assuming he's on the other side of the door. You can come in now.
I'm just gonna open the door and walk in.
Okay, yeah. Crom walks in, sees Jada hunched down, just shaking feverishly. Kanza standing over a body of just kind of crumpled on the ground.
Can I see if she's still alive?
Technical first aid.
Technical first aid. There it is. There's my character sheet. Close it for whatever reason.
Because Crom does that.
I'm actually pretty good at first aid.
We're out of gun at him, Monks.
Yes, I know, ADHD. I was saying that above game.
I'm messing with you.
6, 9, 10.
So take this as a warning. Do not fisticuffs Kanza.
Also, even though the characters wouldn't know this, if the players think back to a few episodes, Droid made Kanza her bitch.
Yeah?
Yep.
So
I got a singular good hit in.
Yes, you did, and it ticked her off.
But it was a good hit.
Oh, it was a great hit. I was impressed.
This one does not feel emotion. Proceeds to then thoroughly whoop ass.
Pretty much.
Oh, let's be clear. She clearly has some emotion.
This one
Oh,
does
she
not
does.
feel emotion. It then gets pissed off somehow.
That would essentially be your programming. So, Crom, you got a final number, or are you still counting?
Yeah, I gotta find a number. I was just waiting for everyone to say their piece.
Good.
Apologies.
No, you're fine. Crom.
It is a 13.
13. She is alive, but she's breathing rather shallowly.
I'm gonna grab her by the back of the neck and throw her from my shoulder.
Okay. So you throw the sack of potatoes over your shoulder. Jade
Should I
is
just
still freaking out.
And I'm just gonna put a hand on Jada's shoulder. Remember we talked about? Breathe. You're okay.
She still has that 1,000-yard stare. Just has probably even started rocking a little bit.
I'm gonna get on the comms to tell Richard that he might need to come in here.
Is everything okay?
I don't know. Jada's not talking.
So Richard is going to assume the worst.
Yeah, I can see that.
And
Ha-
Deadman's
I
going
am
to kill
going
it.
to basically turn the droid brain on
Yep.
to control the ship,
Yep.
and I'm gonna make my way over there.
Okay. Yeah, you do all that stuff. You activate the droid brain. It kind of takes over, does what it needs to do. You key in what little inputs you need to and everything else, and you head right back to the engine room compartment. And then you see Conjure just kind of standing, looking at Jada as Crom's standing there with a sack of potatoes of a woman who's basically in her underwear.
Game Master, how
Yeah.
long has it been since I contacted Crom?
Like 20 seconds. It's not been long.
Second.
Seconds.
Okay.
It hasn't been that long.
It has not been long. Minute max.
That was less than a round of combat.
Yes.
Good point, but there was some sneaking involved in all
I
of
know.
that. I don't know how long
Yeah.
you were sneaking.
I know.
Oh,
That's
well.
That's why I asked. Oh, okay.
So I'm going to lean down in front of Jada, put a hand on her shoulder, and go, how are you doing?
She will kind of stop the rocking. The trembling will still be there, but it's kind of subsides a little bit. And then she's going to kind of look at you with those wide eyes, and she's got like some tears going down. And then she's just going to, like, it gets that much more worse. And she just clamors at you, hugs you, squeezes you like really tight, like freaking out, and like starts sobbing.
I'll hug her back.
So the anime thing.
I'll go to pick up her blaster and
Player's
put it on
going to
her table.
assume first time being held at gunpoint. That's shit. That stuff does not get easy.
Is it? Though?
Anywho.
It doesn't. I don't know. It's
So,
just, sorry,
Moving along.
memories.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'll hug Jada, go, you're okay. You don't appear to be hurt.
Yeah,
I understand it's traumatic.
She will be doing that heavy cry thing and like into your shoulder or whatever and all that kind of fun stuff. And once she gets it all out and everything else, she's just gonna kind of, finally let you go and everything else. She'll kind of like take a step back and just look around. Like what hair she's got and things, that's even much more tousled and a mess. You can see like tear stains on her. You've got a big old wet spot where she's been crying, snot and everything else. And then she just looks at you. She's like, this one didn't see that one coming. She says, this one, was just working in the workshop, and that one grabbed my holdout. She says,
So what happened after that?
she will explain that that Erica grappled her and then held her at gunpoint, demanded to know where her uniform was. Demanded to know where the droid was, the cargo, what did we do, and then Jada will basically kind of say that this one was so traumatized that Jada couldn't speak. Then Erica had forced me to begin opening communications towards what only this one can assume to be the moon base.
Okay. Was it opened?
Jada will walk over, kind of like still weak-kneed, and she'll kind of like lean up on the controls, and she'll shake her head, and she'll say, "No," she says. It was only 2 numbers off. She says.
Wipe it.
She hits wipes, clears, and things of that, and looks at you and nods her head, and she says, "It is done."
Okay. So, I will look at Crom and go, take her to Zagar and Yumi, see if they can do their voodoo magic, wipe this from her brain.
I would just gonna find the nearest cargo crate and stuff her in it.
No. We
I-
don't want her to know this.
She's gonna look
Above
at
game,
Crom.
didn't
Khan's
Zagar
gonna
already
look at Crom
state?
and just be like, I don't think she's gonna be doing anything for a while.
No, but I still have this strong urge to stuff her in a cargo crate and seal it shut
So,
with 3 little air holes. That'll be it.
Game
I
Master,
mean,
correct me
we'll
if I'm
just
wrong.
leave her in a random giant desert world.
Yeah.
I don't know, like a Tatooine or something. Smack dab middle, leave her with like nothing. And she can figure out the rest on her own. We didn't outright kill her.
So above game, did Zagar not say that he is more likely to completely fry someone's brain?
Zagar did not.
This one he
No.
said he wasn't that good at it.
He said he wasn't good at it, but he never made the thing of frying her brain. That was Yumi.
Okay.
He never said how
Yeah.
horribly wrong it could go.
Yumi
He
just said that she hoped.
that
Yumi
was
said
Yumi.
that. Yeah,
Okay.
Yumi said that she hopes that he didn't basically turn her into a vegetable.
Okay.
I'd like potatoes.
Yeah.
But
It
we
would make
all,
the sack analogy accurate.
Mm-hmm.
how many of us actually heard her say that?
I don't recall. I think it was only Richard,
Yeah,
Whoever was in the room at the time.
which I think was only Richard.
which was Richard. So,
So it's on him.
that being said, okay, that being said, I will look at Crom and go, we don't want her to remember this. That would end badly for us.
Jada speaks up and says, "It's easy to not remember if one is dead." With a little bit of
Yes.
spite.
I will look at Jada and go, I understand where you're coming from. And while that is a factual statement, if they go missing outright, that will be more suspicion on us.
She will kind of sigh, walk over, pick up her little derringer, drop the brake, examine, make sure the ammo's still in it, pop it back up, and then reholster it into her outfit. And she'll just nod her head.
Now, see if Zagar can wipe it.
Huh?
Okay.
Take her to Yumi and Zagar.
All right. So you basically take her over to Yumi and Zagar.
I kind of drop her just like a sack of potatoes.
Yep.
Can you wipe this one's mind?
Zagar's gonna look at you kind of funny, and he'd be like, that's the one Imperial chick." What,
Yep, and
didn't
she
we
just got it out.
Oh, well, that was impressive. Is all he's gonna say. He'll kind of lean down, look at her. Yumi has switched out of her clothes, out of Erica's clothes, and back into her own. And she will kind of look, and you'll see some flashing in her eyes. And then as Zagar is kind of looking around, he kind of closes his eyes, puts a hand over her head, and then before Zagar can really do anything, Yumi says, "You're gonna have to do pretty impressive to wipe her mind of all that's apparently happened." And then Zagar looks and says, "Why?" She goes, "She's got damage to her neck." She says, "I'm pretty sure she's a paraplegic now."
Oh. So should I just stuff her in the airlock?
Yumi shrugs her shoulders and she said, "That's up to you.
I mean, I'm just asking your opinion.
I don't have an opinion on the matter. Once I download the information onto a disk to hand off to give to Mojo, Zagar and I are out of here. We
Fair
really don't
enough.
care what happens."
Just gonna look between the two of them. Actually, can you help me with a little project? When this is all before you leave?
Uh, Yumi kind of looks at you funny and says, "Maybe."
I have something. I almost have it finished, and there's something I need to get off this droid head.
Possibly, she says. We'll discuss it later.
And just nods.
So what are you gonna do with your paraplegic friend?
Well, if she can't walk, I guess stick her in a chair and just poke her a few times to see what happens. It's not like she can get up and run.
Yeah, did you meet your buddy?
You, Yumi will kind of look at you like, "What's wrong with you?" As she just goes, "Do whatever you wish." Zagar is just gonna kind of go from his crouching position to kind of like sitting on his feet and like grab his knees with his arms and just kind of look at you like, "Okay, you do whatever you
I mean,
want."
I don't care about her as long as she doesn't cause a problem with the ship. I've already been rejected putting her in a cargo crate and just sealing her in it.
Well, Yumi says, "I'm pretty sure that whether you do that or throw out the airlock, damage has already been done. At this point, you're
Exactly.
just adding insult to injury, don't you think?"
I mean, it's an Imperial. I don't care either. I don't care very much either way.
So if the
They're not
Imperials would
exactly.
say that about your kind, would you feel the same way?
We felt a lot. We felt that for so many years. It's basic at this point.
Hmm. So you've become dead to the emotion of others because of the emotions that you have had damaged. Interesting.
I've had my entire planet bought out by Zyrtec. Does that make sense? Against
Gesundheit.
our will.
What? What was Zyrtec be brought up for?
The fact that this is basically common knowledge to all Wookiees.
Mm-hmm.
That Zyrtec has bought out their bought out their planet before and basically ended up abandoning it.
Talking about the Empire?
No, Zyrtec.
When does Zyrtec
The bounty
do that?
hunter.
No, or what? It started with a Z. I don't.
Zyrtec is a medicine.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. I'm like, I think you
Well,
got
yeah,
something wrong.
Wasn't Zyrtec also the name of one of the bounty hunters chasing us?
It was
yeah,
it was a corporation that started with a Z. I know that. They
Xantar-
bought out the
no. Yeah,
They bought out the
Xantarum Consortium.
Yeah, they bought out the entire Wookiee planet and then ended
Huh.
up couldn't get what they wanted, so they abandoned it.
That's a new one to me. Okay, so yeah,
Canon
you
or
say
legend?
that, and she just shrugs her shoulders and she says, "Honor is clearly different across other species. Do as you wish."
I don't know what I'm gonna do with her. I'm just put her back somewhere. Just pretend I don't forget. Just make sure I don't forget about her.
So as you kind of go to grab her, Zagar will kind of put a hand on like your arm and he'll say, "We'll take care of her."
All right.
And then he'll look at Yumi and say, "Pick her up, rest her on one of the beds." And then she'll say, "As you wish, young master." And she'll kind of get down, scoop her up like she's nothing, walk into the main, not main, into the guest quarters, and then she'll basically put her down as he stands up and follows her in. All right.
All right, above game. I'm sorry, but I gotta say that was funny. Just it's not like she's going anywhere.
It was
Little mean, but I mean, hey, what do I know?
to be clear, that was up.
Yeah.
Which is part of why I found it so amusing.
Well, all right.
I mean, do you really expect anything less from a Wookiee?
No.
No,
Yes.
it's
No,
pretty
but I
par for the
expect
course. I just
more.
find it funny.
Okay.
So, where are her clothes?
Probably in the same room that Yumi got out of.
You did
All
something
right.
with them.
So Crom, that's been all
They're
taken
taken care
care of. Yep. We will go back to Richard as Jade has kind of put herself together the best that she can.
All right. So we're still going. You still need to hit hyperspace. We have an escort of 2 TIE fighters. I've already contacted them. As far as they know, they're just escorting us because there was an explosion.
Jada will nod her head and she'll say, this one understands.
So I need to get back to the cockpit in case they try and contact us.
She
If
will
you
kind
need
of
anything, let me know.
she will nod her head and she says, Jada should be okay.
Okay.
And then she'll kind of pat you on the shoulder a little bit and she'll say, thank you, Richard.
Anytime.
Mm.
As I walk back to the cockpit.
Anyway, I think through the personal equivalent of our group chat comm or whatever, the private group chat comm, whatever we're calling it, I'm gonna switch on and say, Zoe's still kind of having a minor bit of paranoia here. What the heck happened?
Been dealt with.
All right.
How so?
It's been dealt with.
Does it matter?
Talk later.
All right, I have my answer. I switch it
Alright.
off.
So there'll be a
That has
screen
been
swipe.
dealt with, Zoe.
Yep.
We're all good.
It's been dealt with. Okay, screen swipe. And you're actually going to see the viewpoint of the Star Destroyer looking out as it's getting just ever so close to the battle going on outside the viewport. And it will kind of camera swing and change positioning to show that Vice Admiral Reynolds is standing there with her hands behind her back, kind of overseeing everything. You can see people down in the trenches, flipping the computers and things that, shouting out orders, what they need to, and everything else. As Grand Inquisitor Jarek will flicker onto a hollow projector, like right next to her, and she will kind of turn and then slightly bow, and she'll say, "Hi, Inquisitor." And he will say, "Are you within what is that thing called? Tractor beam range?" She says, "Yes, sir. Actually, we're getting ready to activate it. Shall I continue?" And there's kind of a moment of hesitation as he puts a hand, kind of like the index and thumb, across his chin, or pressing into his chin, as he says, "No, actually, let them go, sir." Well, I imagine they're not completely moronic. I am very well aware, he says, that they've probably disabled the transponder, or the tracking device, the beacon, whatever you'd like to call it. And he says, however, he says, the Emperor did say something about a rebellion. I'd like to kind of see where this goes. And if we snuff them out here, well, they could either incite more, he says, or kill it right here and there. He says, but I have a feeling, he says, these are not the leaders that the Emperor would want. Let them go. She will look at Jarek confused, as Vice Admiral Reynolds will nod her head and she'll say, as you wish. And then he'll say, good. And of the cargo ship, the DP-28. Sir, it looks like they're preparing to jump into hyperspace. Should I stop them?" And she looks at him confused, and he says, "No, no." He says, "I just was curious." Let them go. He says, "I don't think there's anything that they have to do with this. But if they do," he says, "all will be revealed in time." "Yes, sir." And then the holo projector will, as she basically turns around, and then it will screen swipe again to the cockpit where Dash is piloting, and there'll be a co-pilot as they're kind of going back and forth, doing what they need to do, and they will punch and go into hyperspace. At that point, they'll lean back in the chair like, "Oh my god, that took forever to calculate the astrogation." And then you'll see Duke kind of pop his head out from a panel. He says, "Yeah." And before you did, thankfully, I was able to get the tracking device disabled and pulled. "Well, I kind of seen that, and I was thankful." He says, "I'm surprised it just took you that long." He says, "Yeah, well, I had to find the thing." He's got big, meaty hands in little tiny areas. It's not like I have my astromech here. And then they will say that Duke will stand up, kind of stretch it a little bit, and he'll say, "Oh," he says, "once we get this Debana gas back," he says, "to home base," he goes, "we'll get some credits. We can take a little bit of a rest." "Oh," he says, "just relax a little bit. It's been mission after mission." DC will nod his head and say, "Yeah, I'm with you. I could use a little bit of a rest." And then it'll screen swipe back to the DP-28, who has entered hyperspace, and they are currently in hyperspace. So, as you guys are probably only maybe, let's say, 30 to 40 minutes out from getting home at this point, is there anything that you guys would like to do?
I would like to check in with Yumi and see how the data transfer is going.
Yeah, you go into the guest quarters, and you're going to see that the Imperial is laying on a bed. She's covered up. Looks like they've put her uniform back on, but she's still covered up. Zagar is kind of sitting over her with like a little stool or bench or something like that, and he's just kind of like taking his hand and like moving it around her neck, and then like moves it up her head, and is just kind of playing around, almost very gently, but kind of like what a chiropractor would do when they're like giving you a physical examination of your neck. And he's got his eyes closed, and he's just kind of focusing on that. Yumi will be standing there with her arms crossed, and then she will look over at you and she'll say, "Oh, Richard, what can I do for you?"
I will look down, notice that, and go, "How's she doing?"
That's all Yumi's going to do at first. As a moment pause, and then she'll say that young Master Zagar is not the world's best with healing. At least other people. He should have training in healing himself rather rapidly in certain areas. But with the break that was in her neck, it's going to take time, is what Yumi's going to say.
She held Jada at gunpoint, so I'm not overly sorry about this.
She will kind of look at you like not surprised, but just this kind of like what's with everybody kind of look, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then she will just say, "The Wookiee wanted to throw her out of the airlock." She says, I can't say that I don't understand, but at the same time, I
That's
can't fully
entirely too much.
comprehend. Yeah. I can't fully comprehend everyone's actions.
Yeah, that's what I say to
Yeah.
Yumi is that's entirely too much.
Yeah.
No. She held one of my crew at gunpoint, and when somebody holds a member of my crew at gunpoint, we will defend them by whatever means necessary.
And she will kind of nod her head, and she's, "I understand." She says, "But," she says,
Wasn't
"Well,
expecting this."
no." She says, I wasn't expecting any of this." She says, "But I don't know." She says, "With my programming," she says, "there are just some things that elude me with everything. She says, I understand the concept of seeking revenge for fallen members of the clan. She says, I understand. She says, being passionate about something. She says, there are certain things that are programmed into me. She says, but given her condition, she's not a threat anymore.
No, that's why I simply asked Crom to bring her to you to see if we could take care of that memory, because I planned on, when we got back, before I realized this, of setting her in a bar somewhere.
She will just kind of, well, she says, while I can't fault the logic, she says that you have. She says, I did pose as her going onto the base.
Yeah.
And she says, so
you were
there
also
should.
posed as her coming back onto the
She nods her head and she says, this is true. She says, so that might be problems for her.
Yeah. Boarded in the confusion.
She just throws her hands up.
That's a her problem.
She nods her head. Very well.
Anyway, how's the data transfer going?
She looks at you and she's, oh, it's complete. And she reaches into like a little pouch thing and then pulls out basically like this little small disc that you can put into you can put into data pads and things like that, but the size of the disc is usually it's put in for like more of a larger unit. And she just kind of holds it up and then moves it and she says, yeah, everything's on here.
Fantastic. Once we get back to Homestar, turn this job in, I plan on heading straight for Mojo.
She nods her head. She says, this one, it's wrong character. She says, I'll probably stay around at least enough to kind of help get this woman back on her feet best that I can. After that, she says, we're definitely going to part ways. She says, we might even take her with us just to kind of make sure everything's okay. But we really need to get going, she says.
Yeah, I understand. Again, I said you were free to leave whenever you chose.
Except for when we wanted to leave and then it became inconvenient for you. And then you said, now wait, hold on a second.
I asked for your assistance.
She'll just kind of smirk and she'll say, sure, I understand.
I even said at that time you were free to deny it.
She'll just kind of continue with the smile and she'll say, whatever helps you sleep at night, she says. Now, if you excuse me, she says, I need to go talk with Crom. He wanted something.
All right. So,
Yep.
That'll be what I do.
All right. So before we get to Crom, let us check in with Kanza. What's Kanza doing?
You'd essentially be hanging out in Jada's room,
Okay.
making sure that, she's okay.
She's been very quiet the whole time. She's been jittery, and you've noticed you've not been around her nearly as long, but you have kind of picked up on while she's fixing parts for like a weapon or something like that Richard's commissioned to have her refurbish. You see her making a lot of mistakes, like tools are slipping, springs that are supposed to go in, they're shooting off and everything else. And she seems like she's getting pretty frustrated. But other than that, she seems like she's doing okay.
I'm sure to put a hand on Jada's shoulder. If you need to rest for a bit, I'm sure he wouldn't mind if something is delayed.
She will. This one just needs to stay busy. Jada has to work through things her own way. Resting is not an option, she says. This one does not like to rest, she says as she kind of goes back into working.
Just nod and say, I understand. If you need me for anything, just let me know.
She'll
I'll
kind
be
of,
around.
yeah, she'll slightly nod her head and kind of as you're walking away from her, she'll say, this one didn't say before, but thank you.
You're welcome.
And then she'll just kind of go right back to work, tinkering on the weapon.
Just walking out of the room, just yell back over my shoulder. Next time I won't hold it back.
There'll be kind of a look over the shoulder of like this. Wait, what? Like confusion on her face. Like, what does that mean? She doesn't say it, but she kind of gives you that look. Like, what? Huh? So is that what you're gonna do?
That is what I do.
Okay. Alrighty then.
Just
So
wait a minute, what?
since Zoe's been on edge, we'll jump to Zoe next. What's Zoe doing?
How much time has elapsed?
A few hours. Now I don't know if they've told you about anything. I kind of see as Crom's been kind of like, we'll talk about later. We'll talk about later. You've not
What Crom
found
have-
Crom. You've like go to talk to Jada. Jada's been very like, you just leave me alone. Cons has kind of been like, so like nobody's told you anything, but it does seem like things are up.
Okay, so Richard, situation report, please.
That's a weird way to ask what's happening.
No one else will inform me of what's going on, and I'm beginning to get worried.
Maybe if you didn't demand a report.
I'd said please, and I was asking.
We need to work on your phrasing. No, the Imperial woke up, things happen, and she is unconscious and recovering.
Recover.
Kanza
What?
punched her.
Oh. How hard?
Hard enough she needs to recover.
Understood. Did Mojo mention anything about hazard pay?
Zoe's
a
got
joke.
jokes.
That is a joke.
Zoe's got jokes. I love
To be
it.
clear, that
As-
is a clear joke.
Richard will just start laughing.
Yeah, I know. A HUD and hazard pay. That's never going to happen. But at the same point in time, so the
Breaking
pay
into the
for
moon base was the hazard pay.
so the pay for the original job. This is both the player and the character. I forget the rate for the actual job.
Does anybody recall? Has anybody been watching their VODs? Has anybody been taking notes?
I've
There
been
are
taking
vibes.
notes on things.
So do you know if you have it in your notes?
I know I don't have it on my.
I could just go take a couple minutes to go pull back up the
No,
the
no,
VOD
no.
for that
That's cheating.
particular episode.
If no one remembers it, find out. But
No,
either
you
way.
guys have got to get paid for this. This is the GM's way of politely saying you should be taking notes.
I don't
Honestly,
remember
with
there
all the
being a number
sessions I
given.
missed, I don't think it would make a difference necessarily.
I think there was a number given. I could be wrong on that. I could have wrote it down
It
and
was-
forgot to give you a number.
If we're talking, are we talking about the Homestar Logistics number or the Mojo
Yes.
number?
I thought you were referring to the Mojo number. I don't remember the.
The
I
Mojo
would-
number.
I was referring to both actually.
The
Yeah, I thought you were
Homestar
referring
to
number
Mojo.
was
technically
probably
take
like,
Two
I don't
jobs.
know,
Yeah, no.
1,000 or
The
something.
Homestar Logistic one that was going to the base. No, I did flubber up and didn't give you a number on that one. But the Mojo one
You gave us
should
like a
be in your
rough
guys'
range.
notes. So nobody
I
has
think.
her in their notes.
Well, first off, that
No.
implies that I take notes.
What I remember about that
Note-taking
conversation
is fun.
was actually talking with Mojo, him saying that the droid was a means to an end and
Mhm.
giving us the job.
Right.
I didn't remember there being a number given at all.
Pretty sure you gave a number. Like I said, I could
Yeah.
be wrong. I want to say it was 8,000. Might have been 10.
Mm.
We'll say 10.
But yeah,
Actually, that does sound familiar.
Yeah.
so
That-
I'll look at Zoe and go, job total from Mojo was 10,000.
For transporting the goods, only $5,000 from the Empire.
All right. So how we handling this loose end, boss?
We're not.
Oh, so is so
Nope.
smart enough to put this 2 and 2 together?
Nope. We're not means we're not.
Wait. Okay then.
What was O thinking?
So I
Probably
was
metagaming.
thinking, so I was thinking, if not us, then the people that are leaving, or just toss her. Because it's like we are the last recorded vessel that the lieutenant boarded.
Yeah.
It's just that is the one heck of a loose end. So. But I'm assuming you're on top of it.
Yep, I'm on top of it.
That sounded so convincing.
You know what is so convinced?
I don't know.
Is she?
I don't know. Is Zoe's convinced Mr. Zoe's player?
I'd say she trusts Richard to playing at the handle, so yes.
Oh, that is the wrong move. Anyways, so we will check in with Adamox. What's Adamox doing?
Well, I assume that I've just been stuck sitting in the gun board this whole time, so I feel eventually I would have probably stood up, gone to stretch the legs.
Yeah,
maybe
once you got into
just
hyperspace, you would have gotten out of the gun turrets for sure.
Yeah, so I'll probably try to get a general grasp of the situation. Assuming I was met with the same stuff that Zoe was, I'd probably gather something happened to Jada. These people know what it is, but Crom says he has it handled, so it's been handled.
Okay.
At which point I'll just go to the most open, free area, quote unquote, and just practice with my vibro knife. Not really try to up anything, just keep my skills sharp and where they're at. That sort of thing.
All right. So, Crom, what are you doing?
Unless someone is me, I'm basically down tinkering with that droid head again, just trying to get it fully functional again.
Sure. So, where were you at tinkering with it?
Probably down in the what's the word?
Engine room?
Yeah,
Room?
towards the engine room.
Okay, sure. Yumi will walk up and kind of lean over. I can't really say your shoulder. She's not that tall, but she'll like lean over an elbow or something and kind of look, and she'll say, "So this is what you need help with?" Looks pretty rudimentary.
And I just tap it. I tap the droid head. It's not so much the droid head. It's what's in, and I tap the eye that I've been holding hold of. There's something in this eye. I don't know what it is. It looked like a manifest, and I only saw it for a brief few seconds.
She'll kind of look slightly confused, and then she'll kind of place a hand on the droid head and kind of roll it to one side, roll it to the other, and you'll see her eyes kind of flash a few different colors, and she'll say, "Huh, there are definitely two different types of technology in here," she says. The droid eye is definitely not something that normally would be accessible to, no offense, but someone like you.
Well, it's the trophy I took from the Sith, so.
The Sith, she says. She will kind of take a few more moments, and then she'll say, "May I?"
By all means.
She will basically just kind of more or less nitty gritty get in there, start messing around with the wires and things that if there's any kind of screws and things that she doesn't really use tools, she's got like some nails that she basically, uses that. Yeah, for like pops things off and kind of goes through. In about a couple minutes, she puts everything back together and then looks at you and she says, "It should be active now. Everything seems like it's been properly linked together." The power cells look like they're fine. Take it for a spin.
I'm just gonna point it towards the nearest wall, and I'm gonna kind of plug it in a bit, and just go. Well, let's see what happens. As I flip on I power up the head.
Okay. So you power up the head. The eyes will kind of blink to life as. Okay, so roll me a d6.
1d6.
1d6, just basic roll.
A 5.
Okay.
It's not
So
a 1.
oh, you're fine. A male voice will come out of the unit as he says, "Oh, what? I feel kind of strange.
Oh, it actually talks straight this time.
Straight this time. Of course, I would talk straight. Who is that?"
And I just kind of turn the head and just look at it. Hello.
Oh, what? Hello. My name is. I can't recall my name.
Don't think I gave you a name yet.
Oh, well then, please tell me, what is my name?
That's a good question. I haven't really thought of one. I was trying to get you to work first.
Yumi just kind of dryly says, "Hands." Hands
Just
is
look
a
at you.
strange name. The droid's head says.
Just look at Yumi. Really, Hans?
She just shrugs her shoulders and just like, hey, I think it's kind of funny. He's basically just a droid head and hands. And she goes like this with her hands and kind of waves them.
I'm just kind of. We'll think of a better name later. And I'm just looking at the droid head and just going. So, you have information of a manifest in your head.
Uh,
Can you bring it up?
A manifest? What
And
manifest?
I kind of tap the droid eye in
Oh,
here.
my eye.
Can you access it?
He kind of takes a few moments. I'm unaware of a manifest. It appears that
Mm,
from my basic diagnostics, unfortunately, he says I do not have a body. He says, but it appears, he says, that I am set up for protocol. He says that I have a base understanding. He says of Wookiee, basic, Huttese, Jawanese, binary. And he says, and it appears, he says that the other files have been corrupted.
That's strange. You popped on the other day, and you projected a manifest on the wall.
Well, I have no memory of this. Perhaps it was just a malfunction.
That wasn't a malfunction. I may be old, but even I know what I see. What I see.
I'm so sorry. I wish I could help you.
We'll work on it.
Indeed.
Well, we got you up and running. Well, I'll start building you a body next.
Oh, he says, then I can actually be up and running.
Now, going to turn you back off for a little while, and then I'll get you a body.
Oh, very well. He says, and a name.
Yes, of course. I will think of a decent name.
Oh, this would be very, very pleasant. Thank you. You're so kind.
And well, I would hope so. And I say good night as I flip him off.
Good night.
And I'm looking at Yumi. Thoughts?
She shrugs her shoulders and says, I don't know. She says, I have some knowledge, she says, stored in my data banks about your droids out here. She says, but I don't have anything that is readily available about droids being able to project manifests. If they do, it's in there somewhere. She says, you'd have to bust into the programming somehow, some way. She says, I would assume. She says, or it could have literally been, as the droid suggested, some kind of weird glitch. She says, if he's set up for protocol and he has damaged files, one can't assume that there's something kind of off. She says, just on base technology.
Crom just nods. You also have to remember that's not a normal droid eye. That is a Sith eye.
she will just kind of smirk and she'll say, "This is very important to you, and I understand." However, I don't have much information on the Sith. She says, I'm not programmed. She says, with those types of knowledge and memories. She says, if I was an older model, maybe. If I was my great grandmother, possibly. But I don't have that kind of information.
He's just gonna nod. Well, I thank you for helping me get this far with it. One step complete.
She says, yes, I would say keep me informed. She says, but Zagar and I will be leaving not long after we land.
I mean, you're always welcome to keep in contact.
She will kind of give a moment's pause and she'll say, I can't promise anything. She says, but if I can, I will.
And Crom just gonna give a little nod and a chuckle.
Alrighty then. So everybody's got out what they want to get out and say your piece on the travel back.
Yep.
Yes, I got insulted.
Hey, Chrome, what's with the paperweight?
What'd you say, Adamox?
I said, hey, Chrome, what's with the paperweight gesturing towards the droid head?
It's your mother.
Ooh.
Has anyone
Me,
seen
my mother.
Kanza?
Has anybody seen who?
Has anyone seen Kanza?
She's somewhere.
Con's
Away
hanging
from-
out in common area.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have a name for the droid brain that pilots our ship?
Calm down.
Right?
Yeah, I would say you don't normally name those.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even have like its own little mini personality
So-
or something.
It's
No.
a droid
No.
brain, not an AI.
So the
Well-
navigation system is Lucy.
Oh. Okay then.
I appreciate it. That's good. I like
Because
that.
my logic was, okay, I don't know how long we're gonna keep around the droid then, but the one who's currently just ahead. But unironically, we could call him FK01. We are the dinner plate. He is the fork.
That'd be F-01K.
Wah.
I actually like that.
Spoon?
What about the knife? But what about the knife and the spoon?
Yeah.
ESP0N.
Or are we gonna
AN1F3.
go with Or are we gonna go with a napkin?
He doesn't strike me as a napkin.
AN1F3.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm on board.
Knife. Okay.
All right. So, everybody's got out what they wanted to get out.
Yep, for the moment.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Alrighty then. So then you guys will poof right back into real space, and there will still be a Imperial light cruiser, kind of patrolling and doing what they need to and everything else. They will raise you guys on the comms again, and go through the same old rigmarole that you encountered the last time you came back home. They want your reason for visiting. They want basically all your information, how many people you have on board, and all that other kind of fun stuff. So I imagine you go through, explain, do all that stuff. Takes a little bit of time. You get the checkpoint passed. You go through, fly. You will land at Homestar. And yeah, so you guys are back at home, back at base.
Do we still have those TIE fighters?
Oh Lord, no, they don't
left
hyperspace
us?
jump. Yeah, once you guys hit jumped, that was it. Yeah, they don't have any hyperdrives.
Okay. Wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no. Yep, they ain't the
Thanks,
fancy
buddy.
ones. They're the base standard models.
Above game question about how long we gotta be going from here for tonight. I'm just trying to get a time frame in my head because it's about 8:30. So.
Yeah, probably 9, maybe a little bit after. Not much longer.
Okay, I was just making sure.
But yeah, Richard is gonna head off, go in to turn in the job.
Okay. You go in, you turn in the job, which is on the little data tablet that they signed off on and everything else. You hand it in, everything gets stamped essentially digitally, and then afterwards you basically are going to be paid out 5,000 credits.
Well, while we're here,
Mm.
can I try to hop on the, what do they call it? What? HoloNet
HoloNet. Yeah.
to find any type of information on the last known whereabouts of our bounty hunter friend?
You
The
may
one-
certainly try.
Are we aware of anyone hunting us down already? Is that what's going on? I'm sorry.
Oh,
brain
we
is-
are well aware.
Oh yeah, no. You guys knew that you had a bounty hunter last game session. The name Zyrtec Loath came out.
Yeah, sorry. Last I heard, all we knew is that someone had fired a
Okay.
tracker onto our
Yeah.
ship that got destroyed.
No, yeah. Yep.
Allegra's after us.
Allegra.
So what
No,
would
that's
the
his
role
sister.
be, sir? And also, I caught that bait fish action.
Yeah, if you want to, I mean, it's not gonna be an easy check. I can tell you that. But yeah, be mechanical computers.
Is his father-in-law's
Or
name
is it technical?
Penicil?
His father what?
Is his
Mechanical.
father-in-law's name Penicil?
So, no, that's his
Last
great
name
grandfather.
In-
Well, this isn't
Okay.
gonna work, but you never know. Then
10. No. You have no no bearing of anything. You
and
cannot.
that's
Yeah, you can't find out any kind of location or anything like that. You basically come up with the same stuff you came up last time, and it's not mechanical; it was technical.
technical. My
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, you can re-roll it since I messed up. That's why I had to double check. It's a technical computer program repair.
four.
You
4.
actually find less than last time.
No, it's still the same thing. Basically, when you kind of do the search, it just
I was
brings
just
up.
making a joke.
No, I know. It brings up the information that you basically already had searched for. You keep trying to search, and you can't get anything else.
Well, there goes that idea. How much time did I waste on that?
With a 4, and if you really wanted the information, 45 minutes, an hour. You kept searching,
And to be-
searching. Probably.
And to be clear,
yeah.
I would not be trying to do that search on the dinner plate. I would be doing that on a public device.
That's fine. Perfectly fine. So yeah, no, like I says, you kind of even for flavor, we'll say that as you guys are as you're searching and things, that apparently Zyrtec is a name that's wide across the galaxy, little here, little there. So like, you know, even though it's like I've never heard this name before, there's a Zyrtec Loath and Mospespa. There's a Zyrtec Loath on Coruscant. Like you found out that there's at least 6 other Zyrtec Loaths.
Is Zyrtec just the new John Smith?
No.
The new John Doe?
No.
No.
Okay.
No. Nope. But as unique name as it is, there are others out there across the galaxy, across different species, apparently.
Okay.
So that's the only other information you were able to get. Okay.
Okay.
So while you're doing that, you're taking an hour to do that. We know that Richard's gotten paid to go do that. That's not going to take long. What does anybody else want to do?
Probably just make sure I've got the same gear I went in with when we went to Mojo's. So like obviously not acting aggressive or whatever, just having it on me.
That's fine.
And other than that, probably just kicking back, relaxing, having whatever the equivalent of a beer is.
It's called a beer. Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
I don't know Star Wars lore. Okay.
No, you're fine.
I'm
Favorite.
I'm just having whatever passes for a beer around this ship.
Yeah, my favorite that I came up with, like, I don't even know, 10, 15 years ago is Bounty's Brew, which is essentially like a, you know, what is that one thing? Samuel Adams.
What's the Sam Adams? Cool.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
I don't like Sam Adams.
You are a man of no taste. Anyways.
Speaking of which, BRB, I gotta get myself some no juice IRL.
No juice. Okay. So, you're basically prepping to make sure that you got all your stuff before you guys go see Mojo. Zoe's doing that. Crom, what were you wanting to do?
Well, basically take a crate, and I'm gonna go basically find some good metal. It's like a scrapyard or something.
Okay.
Go look for decent parts and whatnot.
Okay. So how much are you wanting to spend on this endeavor?
Depending on how much I can find.
How much are you wanting to spend?
How much do I even have?
That's a good question.
I have 4,000 credits to my name, so about 1,500.
Okay. So you're gonna take the time, go to a local scrapyard, obviously for droid parts and things like that. And you're gonna take the time to kind of go through, get stuff that seems like it's workable, fixable, and things like that. You're not 100% sure what you want to do with this droid, so you're gonna kind of make sure you get a variety of parts, and you're gonna get the crate about halfway full of things that look good, that are relatively inexpensive, but total up to the 1,500. And that's going to take you a few hours. So
Okay.
while you're doing that, Kanza, what did you want to do?
Kanza hasn't really explored here, so she's just gonna go around window shopping.
Okay. So there are several different types of shops nearby that are going to basically be selling weapons and clothes and things of that nature. They're going to be speeder shops and all that kind of fun stuff that are your rides. So they'll have land speeders, which are kind of like cars, speeder bikes, self-explanatory. A lot of the stuff is um, from GM to player. It's not like super high tech fancy. It's kind of like that in between of wheeled vehicles and like the full on what they refer to as repulsor lift. There's still repulsor lift technology, but it's that kind of what is that steampunk. So there's kind of like, you know, how you have that steampunk kind of variation before you get to the high tech, kind of something like that with a lot of the technology. There are going to be several different types of bars and restaurants. You're also going to be walking around noticing that those stormtroopers that were on the base are every so often kind of walking around in what looks like in patrols, kind of randomly talking to people, stopping people, pulling up like these little document things, looking at them, sending them on their way. Most people aren't fighting or arguing with them. Yeah, that's pretty much all the stuff that's relatively nearby. So, was there anything specific you wanted to do? Or were you just wanting to kind of window shop and look?
Essentially just looking, maybe stopping at a food stall or something, get a little snack.
Oh, yeah, sure. You can drop however many credits you feel that she would snack with, and get some of the local cuisine. Probably, I would guess not to be. It's probably not as good as meals that you've had, but you've also probably have had worse. Kind of in that middle grade, like, yeah, this is food. It's not terrible, and you're kind of mentally thinking about maybe other ingredients you can add to it to spice it up or to, you know, sweeten it up or whatever. So
Just looking at it like, oh hey, it's edible.
that's right. I can eat this.
Oh,
You
no.
can eat anything at least
Oh.
once. So that's what everybody's gonna do. We're gonna have the time elapse and everything else to basically kind of get everybody back together. Because I imagine Richard was wanting to do this with the entire crew, or did you want to just go out to Mojo by yourself?
I was gonna ask who wanted to go.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured. So everybody's kind of back and gets onto the ship, um, and meet in the common room. Everybody just kind of sitting around. And Richard, I guess you can take it away, friend.
So we still have one more thing to turn in here. So, who would like to accompany me back to Mojo's?
I'll go with you.
I'll go as well.
All right.
Kanza.
Did I not say I was going?
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't
Crom
hear
said he
you.
was
Yeah,
going.
Crom said he was going.
I legitimately didn't hear you. Sorry, friend.
Hansa and
Adamox, however,
Adamox.
did.
Yeah,
Ah.
I'll go.
Okay.
Adamox? Or is he still getting a drink?
He might still be getting a drink.
Yeah.
Adamox will not break in tradition, and Adamox is a fan of peer pressure, and he will fall. So
Okay.
everybody's gonna go, with the exception of obviously Yumi and Zagar
And Jada.
and Jada. Jada will be staying behind.
I will also.
She's had too much excitement within this past day.
How many credits was it for her to order all the parts and everything?
I did forget to look that up. She is going to say that when you ask her about that, she's actually going to say that she's been taking time looking on the HoloNet, kind of trying to find parts and things that, and feels confident that you guys can secure new parts with everything that she wants at a nearby, I say nearby, about a week's travel to a asteroid station that's essentially kind of a I wouldn't call it a thieves den because it's not nearly as bad as PowerPoint Station was. But basically,
So-
it's the same principle as like they basically have some smugglers that show up and things that, but they are more of mechanics and all the kind of fun stuff. The name of
That
it off the
entire-
top, huh?
No, gone.
Yeah, the name
didn't
off
mean
the top of
to
my
cut
head, I don't remember. I'm gonna say Thungra is going to be the asteroid name. It's run by few Bothans. And she believes that they are rebel sympathetic because she thinks she recognizes some of the names, is what she would tell Richard. So if you guys get the parts there, essentially you can travel and take time off to go do fix and whatever. While she's doing that, she can say that basically that they have a small resort kind of thing. Basically, you guys can have a spa day, is what she's gonna say. Get some food, gamble, all the kind of fun stuff. But unlike
Obligatory
Power,
beach
Food,
episode.
gamble, get laid. You never know.
yeah. So she's basically kind of saying that like this would be the most ideal situation. About a week away, she can order the parts and do all that stuff. But the price was we're gonna say 85,000.
All right. So I'll tell her I promised it to you. So go ahead and order them.
She will actually have those bright, glowing eyes of excitement as she says, "This one will do that."
Sounds like she needed that project. So I got a
And
question.
credits have been subtracted.
All right.
So that distance, I'm assuming that's all. Is that all warp or is it warp and some sub?
So warp is not a thing in here. It's referred to as hyperspace.
Hyperspace. You know what I mean?
No, I know. I'm just giving you crap.
I'm crossing my space
that's a
line.
hyperspace jump. It's about a week's worth of hyperspace. So that ends up traveling, God, 10, 20 years easy if you didn't. Maybe longer. Yeah, it's sizably longer if you ain't. Yeah.
All right. So I'll say it's time to head out.
All right, sorry, I'm back with my popcorn as well as my no-no juice.
Okay.
Well,
so,
I know what I want to do during that week, probably
All right.
afterwards.
So everybody will be heading to Mojo's now on a land speeder. One that we're gonna say Richard's borrowing from the company for company stuff, which happens every so often.
I'm assuming Richard's driving then.
Does
More than
anybody
likely,
else want to drive? Yeah, I was gonna say
One
if
would
anybody else
hope.
wants to drive, you guys can give me.
I mean,
chat.
I've only got 2 in repulsor lift operation.
I have decent dice in it.
So who's driving?
I guess
I'm gonna
Richard.
let Richard try. I don't think you want the Wookiee to
How
drive.
about we let Richard drive? I've only got a 3 and a 1 pip in that.
Guess I'll keep eyes open for possible brigands.
I mean, I've got space transport, but that's not this.
Yep.
I'll just be kind of sitting on the side with the
Sure.
with my blaster in hand, just kind of
Sure.
keeping an eye out in case I don't know Tuscan Rangers show up or something. I don't know.
Sure.
Pretty much exact same reason.
Yeah.
Hands on daddy, yada
yeah.
yada, looking around.
That was phrasing. All right.
My
so
gun's name is Daddy.
I know.
We know
I know. Sadly, I know this.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah. So the mechanical repulsor lift there, Richard.
All right. That's an 8 with a 1.
8 with a 1?
Yes.
Oh,
No, 10 with a 1. We know how I am with repulsor lifts.
Oh god.
is that the
Last-
treasures of the tribe?
The last time I rolled this, you remember what happened.
I remember.
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember.
So since we're not in combat and since we're having all these things going on and everything else, we're gonna say you get about halfway when you're gonna notice some smoke that goes from white to black, and then you hear as you basically kind of slow down to a stop.
From Animox, can one of you fix that?
I've got it. I've got it. Give me a minute.
I'll see if I can give him a
Okay.
hand.
Zoe will keep her eyes on the perimeter.
All right.
Do I need to roll anything?
Richard, do you want me to drive next time?
If you want to.
You've seen you and repulsor lifts, I swear, don't get along.
They're defective.
It's like they have a grudge against you.
Okay, just for shiggles, I gotta know.
Positive looks on it. I assume this has happened before.
I mean, look at it. Driving badly doesn't blow up engines.
Well, mine was nowhere near as good. Mine was worse. 7 with a 1.
Nice.
Okay.
He just wanted to know. Anyway, what kind of rolls are these to repair? I was gonna help.
So
Crom
to
out.
repair would be a technical repulsor lift repair.
Oh, it's a technical. Never mind.
Yep. You can always
I
make the
could
effort.
probably help. I've got technical.
And remember, if you make the check, that means when you get time to level your characters up and things that you've used it, which means you can spend it.
Yeah, that's true.
I
but it's
don't
like a
have
clean technical.
that kind of repair, but I did roll a 12.
Not bad. All right, so who else is going to be making a check?
I literally.
Or-
have to.
Bump.
Okay. What would you
Bump
have,
it.
Zell?
Yeah, why not?
I might as well make the attempt at least.
What
Wait,
the?
no. 6.
Everyone else is doing it, so why not?
9 with a 1.
7.
By
Let's
our
see
powers
here,
combined, we make one functioning mechanic.
Total of 5.
Jada, wherefore art thou?
Back at the ship, being very giddy about getting new engines.
All right, so I rolled a total of 5.
Okay.
I literally rolled 2 2s and I have 1 pip.
Okay. All right, so yeah, it's going to take you a while as you guys are kind of all, since everybody's taking the time to roll the dice, what I'm going to say is Crom is going to be the one working on it. As people are kind of assisting, handing tools, pointing things out, and things seem to be going pretty good until Zoe starts putting in her 2 cents. And then he's like, Crom's like, dude, shut up. I got this. And then like Zoe kind of gets a little more adamant about something and then breaks something else. And then,
Just gonna glare.
Yeah, that glare, Zoe kind of like back off, like, yeah, okay, right, whatever. And then it'll take longer to get everything fixed and repaired. But a few hours later, you're able to get everything going, running back shipshape.
Okay.
I'm the only one that had a 1 in that check, aren't I?
Yep.
Just gonna look at Zoe. When I say don't touch something,
Yeah.
what does that mean, Zoe?
Think, Zoe, think.
Apparently, according to Zoe, it means put your hands all over it.
Put your
Let's
hands
go.
on my
Oh, I'll put my
transceiver.
hands all over you, Adamox.
Whoa!
Whoa, phrasing. No, thank you. Pass. Jeez.
How would you like to catch these hands? Would have been better. Anyways, all right. So now, who wants to try to trek out the rest of the way with?
I'll do it.
Are
Okay.
you sure?
Mechanical, right?
Use a mechanical repulsor lift operation. Yes.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Don't
Rolling the
blow
dice.
something up, please.
Can't do much
Repulsor
worse
lift.
than me.
Repulsor. Tim,
Yes,
repulsor lifts
actually, I
are
can,
your vibro.
surprisingly.
Repulsor
I'm
lifts
not
are
even
your
gonna
vibro.
try
aren't
wasting
they?
the character points on this. I somehow did worse despite having 3 dice to roll.
Did you have a 1 on your wild?
Mayhaps. I legitimately, if you include my one singular pip, I rolled a 7 with a 1. I literally rolled the same thing as Zoe despite having a 3 in mechanical.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
3 dice and 1 pip.
So as you're going along, you get almost there. You can see the palace, or his is a castle. You can see the castle in the distance. And as you're going, a creature's going to kind of scurry from one rock to another, like scurry from a rock to a bush, and it's going to startle you. You're like, whoa! And you kind of like, take a sharp turn, which kind of throws everybody, tosses them around, but not too awful terrible, until you basically smack into a rock on the side. And at this point, I would like everybody to go ahead and give me a we'll just go ahead and call it straight dex.
Oh, straight deck. Okay.
Straight dex.
Okay.
Worst case scenario, I have a jetpack on my back.
I love how I rolled higher on the ones on this stat and I don't have a pip.
And
11.
This is how the party gets TPK'd.
9.
Oh God.
And you guys were worried about bounty hunters.
Repulsor lifts are my
17.
goblins.
So
17,
Scottish,
I believe. 12 plus 5, I think. I think that's 17. I have
17.
12 plus 5.
What did you have,
So
Kanza?
11.
11. What'd you have, Zoe?
IX 9.
Okay. Crom.
Sorry, what was I rolling?
Straight dex.
Straight dex?
Yep.
Okay, give me a moment. Sorry.
Sure. You're fine.
I'd
Carl
like
was
to-
just distracted by the. Oh, God.
I would like to reiterate, I have 4 dice in dex.
You're
I rolled
fine.
a
Same.
9.
Maybe, maybe not. All right. Richard, what did you have?
5 with that horrible wild die.
Okay.
I rolled 2 1s and a 3.
I rolled a 10.
10. Okay.
Oh wait, 6.
6.
My
Okay.
pip.
Okay. So, Kanza, Adamox, and Crom, you guys are going to be basically, the speeder will kind of cant over to the side and make a, I'm not even going to call it a tumble, but it kind of makes like a tipping motion, which is going to more or less like throw everybody out before it kind of slams back and kind of goes, woo. You guys are going to be okay. You guys are able to kind of see it, tuck and roll, do what you need to, and everything else. Okay. Zoe, I need you to give me a strength check.
Okay, so just throwing this out there. I've got something on my back. Would that help?
Give me a strength check.
Nope.
Wait.
Okay.
Just for clarification, did I break it?
We'll
We
find
don't
out.
know yet.
We don't know yet. Can't blame me for trying to divert. Oh, 14.
14. All right. Richard, you give me strength.
6 on the wild die and then a 1.
Okay.
Explosion. Love it.
Explosion.
Let's see if I can go for the trifecta.
Come on,
Hat-trick!
Megamine.
Hat-trick!
Come on, someone better than Megamine.
I mean, explosion is her thing. That was the joke.
14.
14. Okay. So
Cool.
Zoe, you're going to hit, tumble, and you're going to kind of slightly be stunned, but very quickly you're going to shake it off. Richard, as you're going, oh, lovely. Okay. You are going to take most of this on your head and crack your
Right
head.
TF out.
No, not really. You are going to basically be knocked for a loop. And when you kind of stand up to, more or less kind of come to, you're going to realize that you must have landed on your face more than you did anywhere else. And you've basically kind of moved your nose from the center, like really far off to the left.
How bad does he look?
Like he's going to have his nose reset.
Even
May I
with the scout
try?
armor?
Yeah. Master Kevin? The
Scout armor, yeah.
No, I know. Did
So
you
did
add
that
it?
May I?
thing, or is it just
Yeah,
I swear?
that was my standard gear. If I'm
Okay.
going to Mojo, I would not go
You're fine.
unarmed.
You're fine.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you had a helmet on that one, then you can feel it. It's supposed
Yeah.
to be here, but it's over here. And you can feel blood.
Does Richard? Are you all right? Take your helmet off, please.
There's two of them.
yeah, right?
Zoe would
In my
like to
defense, a
attempt
small furry
to
animal ran across
perform
the way.
first
We
aid
don't
on
see
Richard.
any of those out here.
I didn't want to hit the
If
scurrier.
Richard
I'm so
will allow
sorry.
it.
It's all right, fine. I don't need noses for breathing or anything.
It's like, so first aid
As
is
the
a
helmet comes off.
technical, yes?
First aid technical, yep.
Okay.
Wait, I'm curious.
My
What does
nose
Zoe
is
have in
about to
first
come
aid?
off.
No, it's not. 12.
Nice.
Explosion.
Zoe will kind of take a moment, look at you, and then say, okay, on the count of 3, 1, 2, crack, and put your nose
Because it's
basically, back into
you
place.
you never brace for pain. So it was like 1.
No, I'm the opposite. If you don't tell me, it's like, oh, but if you tell me, I can brace and I can take it like a champ. Anyways,
Fair enough. Well, you're the storyteller.
yeah. So yeah, he will basically she will reset your nose, and you will be kind of stuffy and things but for the most part, you're fine.
Can I check for concussion just in case?
Sure.
Would that have included that? No.
That was
Just
to
don't
fix his
check
nose.
for sanity. You won't find any in any of us.
Yeah. So technical first aid if you're checking for concussion or anything further.
I'm only seeing double.
How's the speeder?
It's just sitting there idling.
So
I'm gonna go over.
Yeah.
Just gonna give it a
13.
once over.
13. Yeah, you give Richard the once over Kanza, and he seems to be perfectly fine. Like I said, you can tell from his eyes he got kind of knocked around. It was really surprising and jarring. But yeah, no, he's perfectly fine. Crom, you're gonna go give it the once over. It's fine.
Okay,
yeah.
so how
Think about it like this, Crom. I may have swerved away out of the way of an animal, but at least I didn't break it again.
about I drive?
How about no? I'm
How about
driving.
At this
Hansa
point,
put
we
the
just
hand on
should have
Richard's
Crom do it.
shoulder. Like, if you want to get knocked out, just let me know. I'll make it quick.
Yeah.
Might make
If
some
you're that
paraplegic in the
eager,
process, but
I guess I can throw you into a ring.
Yeah.
What's that? You want me to fight again, boss?
Ooh. Ooh.
It might last longer than 12 seconds.
That's what she said.
So the
Hey,
I
player
can
to
stand up
player,
to a
you got
nanny droid.
a better mechanicals, I am assuming. So if you want to drive,
All right. So let's try to get going. Give me that check. Crom,
Come on.
mechanical repulsor
there.
lift. Operations.
See what happens, yes?
See,
Sure.
we're just trying to get as many people to be able to level up the skill as possible.
That's literally why I give you a lot of chance to do these kind of things. So that way later when I bring in the important stuff for you to use it, you have had an opportunity to level it up. It's not just filler, folks, I promise you. It's not supposed to be this painful to watch them fail. I'm hearing heavy breathing. Did you get in that one?
You want to know?
Stop spaz.
Oh
I'm
God.
about to walk the rest of the way.
3 in a row. Oh my gosh, the trifecta.
Okay.
The
So-
thing does not want to drive.
The
Okay.
triple threat.
I gotta ask, after that, is it still intact? If so, I'm gonna try.
We don't know yet. Just let it go.
Oh god.
Can
It's
I
gonna be-
can I ask? Can I spend a character point to reroll this one, please? Because I'm tired of sitting here doing this thing.
No, you cannot, unfortunately.
I would just like to point out, I did say let's go for the trifecta.
So it's all Richard's
did it.
fault.
I foresaw it. I am one with the force.
That's right. Okay.
You
So,
asked, and the
as
repulsor
you
lift applied.
as you begin going, you guys are going to kind of speed up, and then you're going to notice that apparently there was a little bit more wrong with it than the initial inspection, and basically your brakes are out, and you are beginning to speed up a little bit more than you would like. It's not
I'm gonna-
daring and deadly. It's just you've noticed that basically it's kind of like seems like the accelerator's stuck just a smidge, and your brakes are not functioning right.
I'm gonna give it a light kick and hope to just like slow it down.
Sure, we will call that a technical repulsor lift repair.
Percussive maintenance is the technical
That's
term.
right.
So I'm not kidding. I'm not climbing this thing to fix it.
No, I wouldn't. And they probably got switches and stuff like that to kind of do and mess around with.
Well,
I think
I
about it.
got.
Is there not an e-brake on this
You
mofo?
don't want to do the handbrake on dirt.
No,
Good
you
That's
really
how
don't.
you spin.
Good
Tokyo
point.
Drifter repulsor lift.
But we're hovering technically. We're not on the dirt.
That's true. All right, so what you got, Crown?
I had a 14.
14? Yeah, you're able to flip a couple switches, kind of find out what the problem is. Maybe do a light kick it like on the brake or whatever, the accelerator rather, to kind of loosen it up, and then you're able to kind of engage the brakes with a few switches, and you kind of test it around. Yeah, you're fine now.
I'm just gonna look over at Richard. Well, we're gonna need to fix the brakes before we take this thing off again, but we should get there in time.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys are gonna stroll up. Your wonderful Sunday drive, as it were, has been riddled with unnecessary issues.
Complications.
Yeah, but you're there and everybody's alive.
Barely.
Yeah,
Like, what is it with this crew and repulsor?
I don't know.
I haven't tried anything
Don't
yet.
Not yet. Give it time. Okay,
Neither have I.
so yeah, you guys are basically gonna kind of pull up to what would be their equivalent of a parking lot, where there's gonna be a couple guards out, and I imagine, for my simplicity of everything, even though it wasn't stated, Richard would have contacted Mojo and said, "Hey, we got her stuff. We're going to reach you." Da 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 da. So you would have been expected. So you basically are going to be met by a similar entourage as last time. There will be a protocol droid, 2 Gamorreans, and then this time just 1 Twi'lek. As they will basically kind of look, acknowledge you, and then ask you to follow in, and they will basically take you to Mojo.
I will once again run a bodyguard for.
Yeah, you're fine. So
Chrono.
you guys are going to go in. You're going to kind of see the same things, where as you're going in, there's going to be various different species of peoples and things that kind of just littering the halls and things, that talking, drinking, having fun. You're going to get kind of more of the open area, where there's going to be a lot of people gambling and carrying on and having fun. And Mojo will be basically on his throne, as he's like eating one of those frogs, whole, chomping it down. And then he will snap his finger. Everything, like noise-wise, will kind of die down as the Dice Dorks will present themselves. As Richard, I imagine you're taking point on this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd walk up, give the formal greeting, pull out the disc, and go, It's everything you asked for.
Oh, Ikacha, Mokaba, Ibeoba. And the protocol droid will walk to you, take the disc, and then basically walk his way back. Would anybody like to make a knowledge language check to see?
I already did.
That's fine,
I
but
will.
I got to ask everybody to see if anybody wants to know what the hut says before the protocol droid translates.
I am
certainly
curious.
Okay.
10 plus 1.
Let's see here. Math.
So 11.
10.
7. 6 plus 1. I am rolling horrendously tonight.
Tonight.
Look. It's
Oh,
worse
wait.
tonight than most times.
I
when
heard.
I'm
I
here.
think I
Let's put it
heard
that
Richard.
way.
I think I heard Richard say 8. Well, Crom, didn't hear you amongst the chaos. What would you say?
I didn't roll.
Oh, you didn't roll. That's why. Okay.
Richard got a
Would
13.
explain it.
Oh, Richard got a 13.
Yes.
All right.
So
Fantastic.
we got de-escalating scores.
Yes. Okay. So, it's all Huttese to you. You're not 100% sure what he's saying, but the protocol droid will state that Mojo the Hutt is immensely grateful for your willingness to do this job for him. However, it has come to his attention that there may have been some issues, and Mojo would like to know what went on in the base.
I will look at Mojo and go, I was going to offer that information as well as a bonus of the job. You're ever so glorious, Hut.
Everybody give me a perception search.
All right. Don't have that, so
Yes, perception.
6.
God, my dice hate me tonight. Let's see here. That is also a 6.
11.
I got a 9 with a 1.
Nice.
I got an 8 with a 1.
Fantastic.
I got a 6 because of my 1 pip I rolled.
Okay,
2.
Zoe was 11, and what was Crom?
The 2 on the web.
I got a 6.
You got a 6, okay. So
tied
as
with
everybody's
Crom.
kind of like waiting, watching Mojo and Richard talking, so you're gonna kind of notice that as you guys are kind of talking and things that everybody in the casino type area is beginning to leave. It seems like they're being escorted out. And Mojo will continue the conversation as Richard, what are you going to tell Mojo?
I will tell Mojo that from what I could tell, there was another group on the base that blew up half of it.
He will kind of laugh heartily, and he will say that, obviously through the translation of the droid, that there have been escalating problems with a small rebellion that have been trying to fight back against the Empire, and he is aware that something like this could have occurred. He just isn't sure if that is the link.
Yep.
Okay. So Zoe, are you gonna try to? Because I kind of heard some talk in there when I was continuing on. What did Zoe want to do?
Richard basically covered everything I would have said.
Okay. So he will gratefully bestow upon you as a Gamoran walk up and hands you basically kind of like their equivalent of a suitcase. What you can't remember, it's actually kind of like a used to be like 70s, 80s. They had like the ice cream maker or whatever that somebody ran off with and pointed it out. But it's basically just kind of like a cylinder that's got like this little knob that you turn. It's like a safe that has you can put things into. But he basically,
Okay.
the good morning will walk over and then hand it over to Richard. Does Richard want to check the contents, or is he just going to trust the hut? You can tell
I
it's
would
got
open it
coins
up
in
to
it.
take a look.
Okay. So yeah, you open it up, and basically they have kind of like these nice, neat stacks of credits that appear like it is 10,000 worth of credits.
All right.
Okay, so you close it up. And the droid will say, "This concludes business." And once again, on behalf of Mojo the Hut, thank you for your assistance. This will greatly appease him.
Thank you for your business, Honorable Hut.
Okay.
I will do my formalities, and when I turn around, do I notice it finally?
Yep. As everybody turns around, they're going to notice that the entirety of the room that was bustling and hustling is now completely empty. And you're going to hear Gopara Ijuta Mikopa Siwawa. Oh, there is one more thing. Would anybody,
As I put my
would anybody
hand.
like to roll knowledge
Yes.
languages again?
I will be doing so again as well.
Sure.
Well, crap. 6.
You rolled semi-decent this time.
I'm getting Richard rolls.
That
That's a
hurt.
7 with a 1.
So
Nice.
That hurt.
Alright, so that's that, plus that. Total of 12.
Nice.
I'd say this is your second role playing with fire. 10.
10?
Nope.
Grom?
I'll pass.
Okay. Yeah, so as he's talking and things that you guys have to be relying on the droid again because it's all Huttese to you. Now the question is, are you gonna stay looking, or are you gonna look back at the hut?
Oh, my gaze is shifting between everything at this point.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
basically
if-
getting on guard.
I will probably readjust my gaze towards the hut as kind of a respect thing.
Okay.
Like, I'm not trying to
same.
incur wrath or
Okay.
whatever.
I'm just staring away, kind of face palming, like, oh no.
I'd be looking at the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So those of you that look back towards the hut as the droid will be speaking, he will say, Mojo the Hut happens to also be in close proximity to Lune from the Black Sun, and it has come to his attention that you have a substantial bounty on you. And at that point, you will see a Mandalorian in black and orange step from behind the hut, bearing a light repeating blaster rifle with other adornments of weapons on him as he looks at you and says, hello there. And that's where we're going to end it.
General
Well-
Kenobi?
That's right.
yeah. No.
So, as everybody's kind of going like, crap, I do say this with the thing of next week, please do not miss out on the best that you can, because we will be having a very special guest reprising his role of Zyrtec Loath, Eric Ware, who is also the dungeon master for Crit Eating Grin. For those of you watching, I believe they still have their website linked up. They have a YouTube. You can also find their stuff on Spotify. If you like D&D and you like that type of stuff, you really love him and his party. They're fabulous. So with that little plug out of the way, did everybody have fun?
Yeah, I'll have
Yep.
loads of fun.
Yeah, until you dropped a bounty hunter on us.
I
Yeah.
enjoyed knocking Like
crap
that.
out of the lady.
You
Yeah.
enjoyed making someone a paraplegic.
Yeah, right. I made
I
somebody
like the
paraplegic.
question of, are you aiming to knock off her head or knock her out?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well, with a
Uh,
roll like that, that's a legitimate freaking question.
that's true.
I wanted
Yeah,
to give you
and
the option. I
When
wanted to give
damage
you the
is
I
option.
so
had
high,
fun.
the DM has to ask.
I
I-
had fun until I accidentally blew
I-
out the brakes on the thing.
To be honest with you guys, I feel
and
so bad
inadvertently
for you.
broke his
Just
nose.
that last little bit, it's just like, oh, this
Oh,
is
the
the
pain,
sad.
the pain.
Yeah, it was like, oh, they
Ugh.
survived all that, and then
And it's the
oh.
brakes that do them in.
That's right. This is like total party kill. Repulsor lift.
I told you, repulsor lifts are the new goblin.
Yes,
I don't doubt it.
They're your
Yet
vibro
somehow
knife.
it's still
That's
the
right.
glow stick equivalent.
Yep. So yeah, but like I said, yes. I'm actually really excited for next week. Even though Eric will not readily admit to it often and frequently, he is my brother, so I have a little bit of bias towards him. I will not lie. But I think you guys as the players should enjoy playing D6 with him. He's probably going to be a little rusty. I can't remember the last time he's actually run or played. But when I asked him, he was very, oh yeah, absolutely. He's like, I'd love to play Zyrtec again.
Gotta love how the first guest player is an op 4 opposing force. Essentially.
Who knows?
Think about it like this. We can talk our way out of it still.
Can you?
We can try, but
You can
come
always
on.
try.
He's a bounty
I mean,
hunter, but
he's a bounty hunter he's a bounty hunter that's big on the Black Sun. He's not going to probably not going to screw Black Sun up.
okay.
Well,
Hey,
That-
we never know. There
We can
might be an
try.
offer good enough.
Yes, we can
that's
try.
true. You never
you
know.
can always try. But I will have to say is that you got a bounty hunter working for the Black Sun inside of a inside of a Hutt's castle, right there,
With no easy escape route for us.
that you know of. But I'm just saying is things are looking a little dangerous for the Dice Dorks.
Yeah, it's like
Just
a
a little bit.
firefight in a hot area
That
is
being
not a
said,
good
do we
idea.
happen to know the number of our bounty?
Number of the what?
Like
Bounty.
the number
Oh, the
on
bounty?
Our bounty. Like
No,
the
you
total.
guys don't know. You just know that there was a bounty issued for you.
Yeah.
It was
by
sizable.
by proxy of first Bipto and then Mojo saying a sizable bounty.
Hmm.
So
Well, now I'm concerned how sizable is.
that's all in the eye of the beholder there. And apparently it's sizable enough that Zyrtec's like, yep, I'm gonna collect. So, and I had to say, Kanza, the arena, yeah, you dropping that chick as quick as you did, I was pretty impressed.
I love
I
how
did not
everyone.
expect to roll that high.
No, I was expecting
And
high,
honestly,
but honestly,
a couple of those die were like 2s and 3s, so
Well-
it could have been higher.
it could have been higher, but I will let you know since it's all said and done with. She has a. Let me actually look at her little module thing. 2d6 plus 2, and in total she had 6.
Oh,
Okay.
Yes.
Gotta love how everyone
Yes.
assumed I was going to say yes. You
So
should
she
shoot
rolled
her.
pretty
Yeah.
high for what she had.
You started to say it there, Zoe.
I was going to say you don't shoot in a hostage situation.
You also
Ever.
don't
that's why I
shoot.
went in
you-
sneak
You
and
also
tried to
don't
get that gun
yeah,
away.
and you also don't shoot on a space station. But how did that turn out? I'm just saying.
Yeah, though, you also don't stab when you should heal and evacuate.
This is very true too. When
So-
somebody's hurt, you need to go
All of us
towards
have done a
the.
lot of things that we probably shouldn't.
Oh, absolutely, and I've been loving every second of it. So I appreciate a
So
lot of
really,
the fun.
you can't leave anything off the table. With
No,
anyone
you
at this
can't.
point.
You can't. But yes, everybody who's still
We've all made
watching.
mistakes.
Everybody that's still watching, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully we've been entertaining. And like I said, if you can, please come back next week. I am actually really excited to see what's going to go down. Because yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. This is that Normally I don't know what's gonna happen, but this is one of those times I really don't know what's gonna happen.
It'll be fun playing
Okay.
with Eric again.
Oh yeah, and this
So-
time
Should be
The
some
you
last
actually
time
get
I
to.
played with him, oh boy.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
be at a con, but I will do my best to be in my hotel room by 6.
That would be appreciated, because if anything that I've learned from having watched you play, I don't think I could quite represent Zoe as efficiently as you.
I
Right.
don't believe I have anything going on within the next week other than what's already been
Let's hope
discussed
not,
with
because
two
like I said, this
people,
is one
so-
for the players. As much as the
So-
audience doesn't want to miss this, the players really don't want to miss this, because like I said, it could
Right.
be the most extravagant boss fight of your life,
Or,
or you might make a new friend with some credits.
I
You
still
never
haven't
know.
watched Great
You never know.
I've been meaning to.
Yeah, so. But alrighty then. Thanks once again for everybody for watching. We will catch you next week. Have a good one. Stay dorky, y'all.
Bye
Good night.
bye.